If you need a Camry, now's the time to go get it. Because what Toyota's got going on with Toyotathon is there's 250 limited Panini cards that showcase not only Jordan Love, but also a piece of fabric from his Toyotathon sweater. There's only 250 of these made. They only go to his true fans. Could that be you? Baby. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, the king of Toyotathon, Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan!
What's up, fellas?
Okay. We didn't know if we're going to have to restart. I want to let you know we did a little audible. I went back into it. You'd be pretty proud, actually, about how it all went down. We didn't have communications. We go on and drop out, call my own play, bring you back in. We throw a deep shot like it's Christian Watson. How you doing, brother?
Check. I'm great. How you guys doing?
I'm great. Shout out to you. That jacket's very cool. It's very cool.
See it.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said, hey, listen, if you're going to give me a jacket, that thing's going to have to be thick. I'm in Green Bay. It's cold as shit. Now,
yeah, it's snowing behind me.
Yeah, it's Green Bay weather. That's football weather. And for you guys, this is when you've played your best ball. I appreciate the fact that you and Toyota have come together in this time, but I also appreciate the fact that you show up in the biggest moments. Can you tell us about your Packers team this year and why you look like best team in ball? Maybe. I don't want to dive into that, but best team in ball. Why this year and why this team, you think, Jordan?
Man, we got a squad. I think that's been something that we've been building, and the past 2 years we've kind of been stacking this thing and kept getting better and better. But we've added some pieces to our squad, and it's all about, like we mentioned, just finding ways to play our best ball. We've had some games where we've not played to our standard, and then I think this past couple of weeks we've been just elevating. But I think all of it is part of that Toyotathon magic, where you just start playing your best ball in the second half of the season.
Meaningful football season, obviously Toyotathon time. 250 Panini cards celebrating Toyotathon with Jordan Love, and his sweet sweater can be yours. Ty Schmidt, you're not a big enough fan, I don't think, so you're not going to get this. Sorry, buddy.
Are you sure? Because I actually just bought a brand new Toyota Sienna not too long ago.
Well, should have been a Ram truck, but we will move forward. Okay, Jordan, relax.
Exactly.
Everybody needs to relax. Okay, I want to ask about this offense, that runs like a truck, but also a Ram truck, but also looks like a Toyota Sienna, I guess, is what we're doing around here. Christian Watson, obviously, magical day. You two have had a special connection. Can you tell me a little bit about you in LaFleur's offense, you still taking deep shots, still being a gunslinger, Christian Watson's development, but basically just the offense as a whole without turning it over as much? Can you talk about that? Because I think that is a huge step for what you guys have become, right?
Yes. I think the biggest part of our offense is finding those explosive plays. We got some big-time playmakers, and obviously, since Christian's been back and got healthy, he's been stepping up and making some huge plays. And you can see on that play right there, just the speed he has, his ability to, create those yards after the catch is something not a lot of guys can do. But he's been great. He's been playing at a high level. But like you said, I think the key to our offense is finding those explosive plays and putting the pressure on the defense and taking some of these shots down the field. And guys are making plays right now.
Yeah, keeping your defense on the sideline watching points go up is good news. And you alluded to it earlier. We added some guys. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Jordan, obviously your defense playing very well. Jeff Halfway, the D coordinator, doing a great job, it seems like. But the big trade, you bring Micah Parsons over. I think your defense is stacked at all three levels. I guess, what did it do when Micah, all of a sudden you see him in the locker room and you realize, hey, we got number one here wearing a Packers jersey. What did that do for this team and the defense? And how do you think, the defense has improved as the year has gone?
Yeah, I think it was a huge boost. I think going into OTAs and training camp, we knew we had a really good defense. Obviously, Half being in his second season, the things they did last year, creating turnovers, and then you add, one of the best edge rushers in all of football with that trade, and I think everybody just got a big boost of confidence and knowing what he brings to the table. And I think it's been fun to watch Mike out there and just see the type of havoc he's able to wreck on the offense and the O-line. And obviously I've played against him. I've game planned against him. I know how hard it is to game plan for a player like that who can wreck the game. And now I think it's just time for him to go out there and eat right now.
Yeah, and he is. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly eating all over the place. Only player in the history of the NFL to have 12 sacks in his first 5 seasons. Oh, yeah, he's entering his prime.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. What is this? He's entering his prime. Oh, that's great. Every day is Toyotathon in Green Bay. You talked about game planning against Micah. Let's talk about Daly. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Jordan, what's it like going up against that Hafley defense? It feels like you guys have taken a step up ever since he's gotten there, and then Micah has taken it to a whole nother level. But what is it like just on the day-to-day having to try and score touchdowns against that defense?
Oh, it's tough. I think the worst part is training camp. We're going against this defense every day, seeing all the different looks they bring, a lot of exotic pressures, a lot of different coverages where, I think we were all like, man, let's get out of this. We're tired of going against this defense. I want to see somebody else. But at the end of the day, those are the things that make you better, make you a better team is that good on good going against each other every day. But a lot of credit to Haf, man. He does a great job just making sure guys all know what they're doing, are in the right place. And, I think one thing that we haven't seen as much as we saw last year was just the turnovers. And I think we'll keep amping that up and getting those. But, they make it hard on offenses to be able to move the ball and convert on third downs.
Ty Schmidt, obviously, we ride with the Packers through this man every single week. His comments about the defense, because the way he chats is Jordan loves the guy. Our offense is going to be good. Our defense has always been ass. When the defense was good, won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Ty Schmidt, with the addition of Jeff Hafley, has been one of the loudest fans in the entire NFL. And it's not just because the defense is good, it's because you have become bona fide, brother. We're going to put some stats up here that are maybe going to embarrass you. But here's you during the 4-game win streak. 9 touchdowns. 340 plus, 84.8 QBR out of 100. And we're not playing in the easiest conditions. It's like, Jordan, you're balling, the defense is balling, and you're seemingly adding weapons every single week. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, so this last game, we know Dennis Allen, he's always going to throw some tricky coverages at you. And it's kind of tricky two coverage. I'm still there from Mendoza. We talked to him yesterday. But take me back to this Bo Melton touchdown. What did you see pre-snap and post-snap on this play?
Yeah, it's one of those where, they got everybody up on the line. So you're kind of guessing, are they bringing it? Are they bluffing? Are they getting out of there? And one of those you really won't know until post-snap. And post-snap, you see them getting out of there. And, I love the play we had on. We've ran this a couple times throughout the season. And they're kind of getting to what looks like they're trying to get to a cover 2, an NTT type coverage. And they might have busted, I'm not sure. But they just dropped Bo down the pipe. And, I was able to see it. Pulling up there for him, and, Bo made a big-time play right there.
Yeah, you made a great throw there, too, brother. That thing's traveling
Appreciate
a long
that.
way. Yep, no problem. Let's talk about your play. You just broke down, you think they had a blown coverage, NTT, blah, blah, blah. Patrick Mahomes, I think it was after maybe his second Super Bowl, maybe year 3 or 4, I forget what it was. He talked on the barbershop and he said, it was just middle of the season this year where I started kind of understanding what defenses were doing, which is obviously a massive step. For you, how has that come along since becoming a starter? And I know you're bona fide already, you've been a starter for multiple years, but how is it with the recall of defenses in your career and at this point versus maybe a year ago or 2 years ago?
Oh, it's something that it grows every year. And I think it's just, each rep, learning and growing from each concept that we have and seeing the different looks and, making a couple mistakes a couple times and then beating some coverages and understanding where you need to go with the ball on every play. And just trying to be as consistent as possible and, focus on my fundamentals, my technique, putting the ball in the right spot. But yeah, I think every rep you get, seeing these different looks, you just get better and better and grow from it.
Go ahead, AJ.
What's your relationship like with Matt LaFleur, I guess, or how has it grown over your time there? It's fun to watch him on the sidelines. He seems to be very passionate, very fiery. I don't know if he's been pumping the crowd much lately or not, but I guess how is that, especially the communication through the helmet, and how do you guys get along day to day?
No, that's awesome. Matt's one of the best. I think for him, just being an offensive guy, being in there in the quarterback room with us, since I've been here, me being able to see him and A-Rod, how they communicated, and now me being able to be the guy. Matt does a great job. He communicates clearly with how we're trying to attack the defense, what kind of calls we're going to go on the field with, and everybody knows what we need to do. And if we're not getting certain things done the right way, we're able to make those adjustments. But he's a guy who, I don't know if you see, but during the game, he's always there right next to me, making sure we're on the same page with how we're going to attack him. But he's a very, I think he's one of the best offensive minded coaches in the NFL for sure.
Those are tight. Was that last night? Twisted?
You see it, man.
Yeah, those are really tight. Yeah. How long?
Got to get right.
Toyotathon. Got to get it tight. How long was the process?
Man, it's an hour. It's an hour.
Painful or no?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Sitting in the Toyota, make it happen.
Hey, that's good. That was good. Ty has a question for you. Obviously, he loves you.
Yeah, Jordan, I think it just needs to be said first and foremost. I don't know if you've seen the video back on draft night when you initially got drafted. I had quite the crash out, because Rodgers was playing well, coming off an NFC championship. But I just want to say I appreciate the fact that you have continued to make me look like a dipshit for that clip. Every time you take the field, it's an honor to watch you play and to see your development over the last several years. But when it comes to the offense as a whole, early on, you guys kind of get crowned after those first 2 weeks, and everyone's saying, hey, this is a Super Bowl team. And then Tucker Kraft gets hurt. Obviously, there's a bunch of mix-up and jumbling of the offensive line. Jaden Reed goes down, and things kind of got loud. Everyone's saying, oh, maybe this team's way too inconsistent. They're not who we thought they were. Does it feel like you guys are finally in a spot now with the offensive line kind of being in place? You have your guys. Obviously, Jaden Reed comes back last week, and he looks great. And then Pat mentioned Christian Watson. Does it feel like the offense is kind of back on track, and you guys expect to have a big game every single Sunday? Because I know fans feel that way now, and maybe that wasn't the case, 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Definitely. I think you look at the players we got, the playmakers. We expect that every week. But as you know, it comes down to Sundays. You got to go out there and be at your best, or we always say it, you'll get humbled very quickly. So you just got to find ways, keep stacking it, be at your best. Understand that defense are going to find ways to try and make you make mistakes and not have the same type of performances you had the week before. But it just comes down to us, trusting the process, staying true to it. At the same time, blocking all of the noise. Like you said, there was a lot of hype around the first couple of weeks, and then things didn't go as we wanted to after that. But we're just getting back to it, and I think in years past we've played at a high level towards the end of the season, and it just comes down to us making those plays. But we feel the magic right now. We definitely have confidence in what we're doing. But like I said, you guys got to go out there and be at your best every week.
Okay, let's talk about blocking out the noise. I love you said we feel the magic right now, because watching you guys is pretty magical. I think it's a good way to describe it. It's holiday season. It's meaningful football time.
Exactly.
It's
Toyotathon.
There's a lot of magic to be had, obviously. Jordan, you said block out the noise whenever they're talking good about you. You saw him. You saw the crash out from him from draft night, or no?
Man, I've seen some clips. Yeah, I've seen some clips. I can't deny it.
We tried our best, legitimately. I think we tried our best to be like, hey, this is not Jordan Love's fault. We tried our best. We want you to know that we never were anti-Jordan Love. I think you can go back and watch all 4 hours of every show that we've ever done for the last 6 years. Mm-hmm. But it is a crazy situation for you to get dropped into. I mean, he described it right there. NFC Championship, quarterback just comes off multiple MVPs, and then they trade up. Never do that. Green Bay never does that. Mm-hmm. Trades up into the first round, drafts you, and it's like a shock. I couldn't even imagine what it was like for you. Have you leaned on that situation at all through all this? Is that an immediate baptism, callous situation, welcome to the league types? How do you handle that, and how has it affected you now? Do you think it's assisted or benefited you at all through it all? Not that I'm saying Ty should take credit for yelling and being mad, but I'm saying, did that, because you most abnormal situation coming into the NFL that I've seen in a long time, maybe Shador would be the next one.
Yeah.
But an abnormal welcoming to the NFL. Has that helped you think, in your career, or how do you view it at this point?
Yeah, it's one of those things that, I understood after I got drafted what the situation was. And, I understand, some of the frustration from fans and things like that. And then, as I get there, and then A-Rod goes out there and, back-to-back MVP seasons where, I'm in a tough position, but I understand, what it is. And, I just try to do my best to just keep my head out of it, block out all the noises out there, like I said. And, it definitely, it's a welcome to the NFL. This is what you're dealing with. This is, the media and all the different things that are now, your life. But, it made me stronger, I think, because of it, and has helped me going forward. But trust me, I understood the situation. I understood the crash house and the different things that happened after that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but you need to know that is not what the NFL is. Most first-round quarterbacks that get drafted are celebrate. This guy's going to be
fans go crazy.
Yeah, there's a parade. So you're saying hey, this is the NFL. This is what it is. No, that was not what the NFL normally is for a first-round quarterback. So you dealing with it, and also never complaining or bitching about it is salute. It's a very cool thing. AJ has the last question for you here, Jordan.
Yeah, we see all these games. Obviously, you guys dealing with the elements. Quarterbacks that can handle the elements this time of year seem to do very, very well. You seem to enjoy it almost. I guess, have you grown to enjoy the climate you have late in the year here at Lambeau, and how do you seem to? It doesn't really seem to bother you, actually.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. That's definitely not the case. But no, I'd say, better than anybody is you get used to it. We practice outside every day, and you become accustomed to it, and you kind of make that something that we lean on. And teams got to come here and face us in the cold weather, and sometimes if you're not used to it, you don't play your best ball, and you're not ready for it. But that's something that we got to thrive in these conditions. Is we practice in this every day, so you find a way to get used to it. But no, it never makes it fun. I'd definitely rather be playing in an indoor stadium where you ain't got to deal with none of these conditions. But it is what it is. You got to try and just take your mind to a different place.
Yeah, you've done a great job. I like you're wearing short sleeves, too, in the cold. You're letting people know.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to. Yeah, you got to. It's only right.
Yeah, but we know by looking at you, especially going forward. We knew it before because we're from cold areas, but we know going forward, that guy's not happy to be doing that. That is strictly for a show of strength. We appreciate that.
A lot of warm skin, a lot of Vaseline.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate you, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you, guys.
Have a great Toyotathon, dude.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan.
Toyotathon.
Yeah, Jordan. Okay, so how will you win one of these 250 Panini Jordan Love specialty cards?
Yeah.
Piece of sweater in there.
That's pretty cool.
There's 250 of them dispersed around the country at Toyota dealerships.
I need one.
If you're wearing a Jordan Love jersey, you might get one. If you buy a car and say you love Jordan Love, you might get one. If you're out there and about, you say you love Jordan Love, you might get one.
Yeah.
The dealers are searching for the Jordan Love fans to make sure you can get a part of history here. Shout out to Jordan Love for joining us. Shout out to Toyotathon. Shout out to you for allowing us to do this for a living. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice about change your life. Goodbye.